An incredibly warm welcome to iRacing fans everywhere and ready to watch and another amazing edition of ENEA here from the Michigan International Speedway, about to go racing in the green flag, about to fly for 100 laps of action. The 2-3 of Dakota Long, the 8 of Perrin Huggins on the front row. Green flag is out. Let's go racing. First lap complete. Dakota Long being scored in the lead in this race. Justin Shoup right now being scored in the third position. Nowhere for Perrin Huggins and Dakota Long to be found. Probably an issue with timing and scoring, but in any case, they continue to race at the front of this field. Jared Stone in the double 6. Ryan Lindemann in the 2-8, and Connor Cordes in the 5, currently being scored 8th, 9th, and 10th. And there it looks like we finally have our correction in timing and scoring. Justin Shoup just went purple, 38.94 seconds. Sean Anderson in the Ocean Gate Chevrolet. And let's just get this out of the way now. That is messed up. Sean Anderson in that Ocean Gate 13. Holy crap. He's sitting in the 6th position. Jacob Prince overtakes him for the 5th spot. And 38.94, the purple time on the board for car number 91, the pride of Bealton, Virginia, Justin Shoup. 4 laps underway. Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins continue to bump draft 1-2. As is expected, these two have a reputation for drafting with each other and being the 2-car tandem. Dakota Dahl, who had not a very sweet race last week at the Nashville Super Speedway, with 38.91 up on the board. Dahl, quickest driver in Michigan. Perrin Huggins in that number 8 continues to lead the way. He's right behind Kaufman in that 14. Kaufman sneaks up right behind the 23 of Dakota Long. He's going to shoot to the inside and go for that lead. And he executes the pass on Dakota Long. Nicky Kaufman, new leader at Michigan. Kaufman now almost 3 wide into turn number 1. Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins will draft around him. Kaufman just to the outside of car number 13, Sean Anderson. 91 of Justin Shoup behind him as well, and the battle for first continues to rage on. Racing Rick in the house says, "Ours tonight is the night, son." He means hope. Hope tonight is the night, son. We'll see what happens. Maybe he can get a W here at Michigan in the Irish Hills, they call it. Colton Heffner in that number 48, sitting to the inside of the double 4. Kyle Chafin in the Auburn-themed Access Fishing Chevrolet. Chafin sitting behind that 48, running down that backstretch, that double 4, now running behind that 2, and the 28 car of Ryan Lindemann looks like he gets shuffled extremely wide out of the second corner. Lindo in that awesome looking Haviland machine overtaken for the 15th position Ryan Pasocco now also getting into the 14th spot as well. Perrin Huggins, 39.18 last time around. He's still behind Dakota Long. 39.19. He stays specific, Ryan Von Henschel, in that number 14 car. I'm sorry, in the 14th position, the 45 car. Went for a huge tumble last week at Nashville. Mike Bennett in the 19, behind Lucas Reed, Connor Cordes, and Cody Johnson, who's rounding out the top 10 behind last week's winner, Jordan Haynes, in that number 1. Talk about putting in a dominant performance at Nashville. Haynes kept it steady, took care of his tires. He said last week, his secret, rolling through the corner while everybody else was on the gas. And not really sure how that played out. I'm in the booth. I'm not at the track. I have no idea how it works out, but it worked out for Haynes, out to that win at Nashville. And now the all-black number 1 Chevy Monte Carlo comes up behind Jacob Prince. This is the battle for 7th. Haynes still on the inside of the number 9, Jacob Prince. Those of you interested in that Eagles-Bucks game, Eagles up 10-3 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 15 seconds from halftime. Racing Rick saying, like I've just said, race the track, think about your tires. Talking about his boy in the number 91, Justin Shoup, who finds himself at the front of this race. Let's take a look at Justin's pass for the lead, using drafting to get ahead of Dakota Long and get into first. This is on lap number 10, coming into turn number 1. Look at the heavy contact there. 91 and 23 coming together into turn number 1. Have another look from the sky. 23 looks like he comes off the wall, trying to get an entry into turn number 1. Have another look. Keep your eye on that 91 car passing Perrin Huggins on the outside. Car number 8 giving the 91 plenty of room. This is down the back straight. Bealton, Virginia's Justin Shoup now trying to overtake the current race leader as you see it, Dakota Long in car 23. The Root Camry currently leading this race. 91's going to get a great run off the corner here. And keep your eye on the gap between the wall. Look at the 91 just to the inside. He makes that pass perfectly. Times it to perfection. 23 is going to come down right off the wall. You see the gap grow between the wall and that orange and black Camry. Justin Shoup fends off the attack. He still remains in the lead ahead of car 23. Justin Shoup leading that Chevy, Toyota, Ford trio down the back straight. Last week's winner, Hayes, Jordan Hayes, to you. He's up to the 6th position so far. Justin Shoup, the biggest gainer on the track, along with Colton Hefner in that 48. Colton kind of in a world of his own. One of 3 Toyotas in tonight's race, Ryan Von Henschel being the other one who took a hilarious tumble last week. If you didn't see, this man flipped down that front straightaway like nobody's business. Vanished into thin air. And he collided with the number 2 of Ryan Pasoko. And welcome new man to ENEA, Pete Yetman in that number 21. He comes up on the outside of car number 2. This is his ENEA debut, trying to get a good draft down that front straight. The number 2 of Pasoko sitting just ahead, and you've got those 3 white Camaros almost going 3 wide down the front straight. Pasoko in 15th, Yetman in 16th, Kyle Chafin in the 17th spot. Kaufman in the 14 on the outside of Jordan Haynes. Nicky Kaufman up to the 5th spot. 4th now, if I could count. Justin Shoup still leads. Doing all the hard work, doing all the heavy pulling at the front of this race. Shoup leading everybody at the moment. The 2-3 of Dakota Long sitting in 2nd. Perrin Huggins in that 3rd position. 9 seconds to go in that second half. Nope, it's halftime actually. 13-3. Eagles over Tampa Bay. LA Rams and Cincinnati Bengals just got started about 11 minutes ago. 3-0 in that game. Rams over Cincinnati. Doing some double dipping all week long. Cody McFadden in that number 6-4. The rookie last season. And now a rookie in Thursday Night Thunder. McFadden in that 6-4 up to the 5th position. Looking at those access fishing points. Cody comes into this race with a little bit of work to do. He sits 13th in the standings right now, but he's only 4 markers behind Dakota Long. And Long desperately needs a good race today because last season Long made it out to the semifinal round of ENEA only to miss the championship by that much. Coming into this race, Dakota Long sits 12th in the points right now. 1 marker behind this man leading Justin Shoup in the Bobcat 91. 18 laps complete in the Irish Hills. Shoup out front. This is what the world looks like from that 91. Appreciate y'all hanging with us. My shipped order showed up at the door. I had frozen stuff sitting outside. I couldn't just leave it on the doorstep. You know what I'm talking about. Dakota Long on the outside of Jordan Haynes, now fighting for that 2nd position. Haynes, last week's winner, now looking to put the moves and get into that silver medal position. That all-black number 1 is going to make himself famous if he keeps racing the way he did, because he has been saving his stuff for these last 21 laps. He's all the way up to 3rd, and it looks like drafting's going to be the name of the game. The way Haynes just times it perfectly to the inside of Long. The Root Camry on the back foot, but Long is going to get the run out of turn number 2. My question is, how is Haynes going to get the run into 3? Does it way smooth. Now on the inside line. Car number 1. to the inside of that 23. Are they going to side draft? They're certainly going to drag race. Where's Cody McFadden going to go? You just see how well Long uses the draft to his advantage. Justin Shoup doing all the heavy pulling, saving no fuel in car 91. He opens up that inside line. Dakota Long wants a piece of that 91 coming out of that second corner. Toyota Chevy, your top three at Michigan. The 91 still leads. Further on back, Ryan Pasoko trying to get to the inside of Dakota Dahl, and he does. That's for lucky number 13th position. Sean Anderson, after Justin Shoup had a huge blank. Anderson in the number 13, right on the front bumper of defending champion Cody Johnson. Luke Reed in that number 3, ahead of Michael Bennett, who rounds out the top 10 in the number 19 machine. Colton Hefner in that 48 tries to get behind him. Connor Cordes finds himself in 21st. He came down into the pits on lap 18. Is that the first we're going to see of green flag pit stops? Ryan Von Henschel also came down on lap 24. Von Henschel now coming out of the pits. He's got fresh tires, he's got fuel, everything he needs to make it to the end of this race. Drivers will get approximately, it looks like, 25 to 35 laps on one green flag fuel run. They do get 2 tire changes in tonight's race. As usual, we'll see just how far that lasts. Jordan Haynes still at the front. No, Jordan Haynes took the lead from Dakota Long. Let's go and see how he went and did that. Here's Haynes getting around Dakota Long on the inside, side drafting all the way down that back straight. He's going to get to the inside of Justin Shoup in that 91. He's going to make light work, but Shoup's also going to put himself in the wall. That's going to hold him back. It's now a Toyota Chevrolet top 3. Long in second, Haynes in the lead. Jake Prince in the 9 gets to the inside of Perrin Huggins, and the dominance that we saw out of the 23 and the 8 in the beginning of this race broken up. The 1 and the 9, Jordan Haynes and Jacob Prince getting in between those two, and clearly it's still a 2-car race at the front. Dakota Long and Jordan Haynes using the draft to their advantage and still leading at the front of this one. Sun starting to shine in the eyes of some of these drivers. We'll see just how far that sun's going to get into these cockpits, blind some of these guys. And iRacing or not, that shine will get in there, and you almost have to think twice about staring straight ahead into that bright white light. James Staples in the 2-4, behind Ryan Pasoko, behind Billy Davidson, looking at 12th, 13th, and 14th. Davidson, a rookie in this season's ENEA competition, running in 12th. Dakota Long out in front of this one. Oh, no, Jordan Haynes just had a blink. That is 100% my fault. I thought he was on the top of the tree there for a second. Jacob Prince looks like he's made his way into third as well. So the 9 car with some late run speed. Some drivers looking to go 2 stops. Other drivers looking to go 3 stops, possibly. Von Henschel. Here comes Prince in the number 9. One of the fastest racers tonight. He decides he's going to come in right here on, what is it, lap 30? It's going to be 29 going into, I'm sorry, 30 into 31. I cannot count. My timing and scoring is throwing me off. Let's update these NFL scores. Jordan Haynes still in the lead. Dakota Long in second. And then it's Chevrolets all the way down to Colton Hefner. The Eagles and Buccaneers currently at halftime right now. Still 3-0 Rams over the Bengals with 14 minutes to go in that second quarter. Further on back, defending champion Cody Johnson all over the back end of Sean Anderson. And the 08, reeling in that 13. Further on back, things have spread out. Jacob Prince, who came down on lap 31. Only a pit stop time of 10.48 seconds for car number 9. Not sure what he's thinking on the tires here. If a caution comes out, a lot of guys are going to benefit and a lot of guys are going to get sent to the back. You just saw the change for the lead. Jordan Haynes is in, and that brings in everybody else. Perrin Huggins, Justin Shoup, Sean Anderson, Cody Johnson. Everybody now into the pits. And when Haynes comes in, everybody else comes in too. What is that going to mean for Dakota Long? Now your race leader right behind Jacob Prince in 12th, who's on the cusp of going a lap down. The top 4 now on the back foot. Rookie Pete Yetman is in that group. Here's Pete coming off that second corner. Dakota Long decides he's going to come down into the pits. Brings it down to 55 miles an hour. Trying to creep it all the way up to 60 there, 57, 58. Ryan Pasocco will now take over. He's going to be the new leader at Michigan, the number 2, Tim Duggar, Chevrolet. Top spot, rookie Pete Yetman. So far, so good for Pete. He sits in that second position, keeps it in a straight line. First ENEA race for Pete, sitting in the second position right now. I tell you what, if a caution came out, Pete would find himself in quite a fortunate spot. Dakota Long now back out onto the racetrack. The number 23 Camry with a pit time of 6.32 seconds. It's got to be fuel. Splash and dash for the 23. His tires are fine. Pete Yetman decides he's going to come into the pits. First ENEA pit stop for the rookie. How's he going to get it woed down? He gets it well below the speed limit, and good for Pete. He's not going to speed. Well, let's hope he doesn't speed on the way down pit road, but he comes in a controlled fashion. Ryan Pasocco still your race leader. There's Dakota Long out ahead. There's Perrin Huggins in second. Justin Shoup sitting in third. Now the question is, who took tires and who did not? Or who took more fuel than they need? Dakota Long only with 6 seconds of fuel. Perrin Huggins with about 6 seconds of fuel. And there's the pit time, just to compare. 12.7 seconds for Lucas Reed. And there's your biggest gainers right there. Cody Johnson gaining 6 spots during that green flag pit stop cycle. Michael Bennett also gaining 6 spots during the green flag pit stop cycle. This is going to play out actually really, really interesting. 36 laps underway from Michigan International. Dakota Long at the front so far. Nobody to draft off of, and he's going to have to put some pretty hard work into the fuel, into the tires. Perrin Huggins is in second. Justin Shoup sits in third. Jordan Haynes, who was the race leader at the time, sitting in 17th. A pit stop time of 46 seconds, and that can only mean one thing: penalty for the driver of the 18. That's going to hurt. So Jordan Haynes currently sitting as the last car on the lead lap, but don't you dare count him out, because one caution comes out and Haynes is going to be back in the mix. There's Huggins, the number 14 of Nick Kaufman. He sits in the 19th position. Kaufman is the first car one lap down. And there is the caution right there. Dakota Dahl has crashed in the number 10 car. He's going to jump immediately to the pits, or maybe just a blink there. And Dakota Long will be your race leader. Nick Kaufman will get his lap back. Jordan Haynes will circle back to the field. Green flag pit stops cycle through, and the first caution on lap 38. Let's see what happened to Dakota Dahl. Really loose out of turn number 2, and I mean loose. Not sure what he's trying here. Have another look. And that's well before. Have a look at the 10. I think he's trying to save it, and at one point it looks like he does have it under control, but right on board with car 10 again. This is Dakota Dahl. Out of turn 2. Keep your eyes. And ride along one more time with car number 10. You can see he has it controlled at one point. He just continues to steer it left and right until the car goes around. The caution comes out. So drivers will come down again. Tires, fuel, and everything else that they need. Long in the lead, Huggins in second, and now those green flag cycles have everything equaled out. Yellow flag out for the first time, so it's going to be a race off of pit road. We're going to have the restart when we come back, fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more next-gen racing from iRacing's Michigan.
Hang on, we're not going green.
Back to iRacing's Michigan, where we're going to restart on lap 42 due to Dakota Dahl losing control of his race car. Have another look. Car number 10 losing control out of turn 2. And on board with Dakota Dahl. Sean Anderson running in the 7th position. Dakota Long and Perrin Huggins starting on the front row, as they did at the beginning of this race. Justin Shoup and Cody Johnson in 2nd. Jordan Haynes, one of the biggest benefiters of this caution. The number 1 car, last week's winner at the Nashville Superspeedway. On the tail end of the lead lap, and then Kaufman in the 14. Nick Kaufman gets he's the lucky dog recipient, actually. Cody Johnson, Justin Shoup, Sean Anderson, Cody McFadden, Mike Bennett, James Staples, and Ryan Von Henschel will round out the top 10. Ready to go green once again, just a little more than, what is it, 50 laps to go? Yeah, there's the math on it. Green flag is out. About 4 wide through the 2nd corner, and everybody comes through clean. And defending champion Cody B. Johnson soars to that 2nd position. 0-8 and 8 running 2nd and 3rd. 0-8 to the inside. Dakota Long up top in that 23. Drag race for the lead, and the defending champion gets his first piece of first place at Michigan Chevrolet. To the front 4 now, and Dakota Long won't give that up. And I bet you won't guess who went purple. You guessed right. Jordan Haynes in that all-black number 1. He restarted, what, somewhere in the teens, and he's already up to the 6th position. When the green flag came out, where was Jordan Haynes? He started 13th, if my math is right, if I'm counting correctly. 13th. Jordan Haynes up to 6th. Caution number 2 out on the racetrack. May have been Pete Yetman. Let's have a look at car 21. Nope, crash off that 2nd corner. Looks like Colton Hefner went around in that 48. And another look. Contact between Hefner, Kaufman, hard into the wall. Keep your eye on that 14 coming out of turn number 2. That's Nick Kaufman in the Wonder Bread Ford. I just looked like Kaufman might have gotten loose. Kaufman with a big incident out that 2nd corner. Have another look. Yeah, you see the 14 just lose shape a little bit. Just a bit. I mean, enough to not be able to regain control. Again, keep your eye on the 14 car. That's going to be Kaufman on the outside in the Wonder Bread Ford. Hefner in the 48 on the left-hand side. 14 probably just had to check up. Staples in the 24 was there. How about Davison in the 54 also caught a piece of that? One more time on board the 14. And that's pretty much it. Staples slow out of turn number 2. And it holds up the 14. 14 has to check up. On board with Staples. And there's Pete Yetman in the 21 car. Hats off to the rookie. He's kept the race car in mint condition so far. Looking at that 2-1, he looks just fine. Dakota Long still being scored as your race leader. Defending champion Cody Johnson in that second position in the 08 Armor Chevrolet. Perrin Huggins sitting in third. Sean Anderson in fourth. Justin Shoup rounding out that top 5. See if we can bother the 8 car real quick. See how Perrin Huggins feels about his chances to win. And Perrin Huggins not in tonight's event. Well, at least not in the list of drivers we can talk to here. It's all right. How about last week's winner, Jordan Haynes? Let's try him. Jordan Haynes, Rick James up top. You got me. Jordan Haynes, Rick James in the house. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I got you, man. You're sitting outside of Justin Shoup in that 91 right now. Your car looked bad fast in the first part of this race, and that caution had you right back up into fighting position. Speed is not an issue for the 1 car. What is going to be what keeps the 1 car out of victory lane tonight?
If I speed again on pit road like I did the first time, but no, I just made a little mistake. I was just trying to push a little bit too hard, get on the pit road, and that's what kind of screwed me up there. I'm just glad I didn't go a lap down, but no, I mean, everybody's pretty competitive. I mean, right now, I mean, if we get a long run, then I feel like I got something for them. But on these short runs, it's a crapshoot just because of the draft and whatnot. But once again, just like at Nashville, just gonna try to get out front and get clean air, and then try to hold them off.
Hey, best of luck, man, and hopefully we talk to you at the end of this race.
All right, appreciate it.
Jordan Haynes going to go back to work. Dakota Long at the front of this one. Cody Johnson, the defending champion, will be starting, looks like, to his inside, as Long's going to pick the outside lane. Johnson just going to stay right up to Long. I don't know if Dakota Long's trying to warm up his tires or what, but I don't think that sort of thing works in iRacing. In any case, Cody Johnson has the left-hand side of the field. Green flag will come out, and we will have 52 laps to go at Michigan. Fans at home, don't forget we're also on YouTube as well. The number 13 of Sean Anderson sits ahead of Cody Johnson. And the first lap after restart complete. Toyota at the front, Chevrolet's all the way down to 10th. Ryan Von Henschel in the 11th position. Kyle Chafin rounding out that top 10 in the Access Fishing Chevy. Doing a good job keeping it in one piece. Three wide out that fourth corner. The double four of Kyle Chafin trying to stay on that outside. And now he's wrestling with Michael Bennett for that 9th spot. Cody Johnson sitting behind Sean Anderson. Anderson in second. Dakota Long still in the race lead. Nick Kaufman took some damage. Looks like he might have gotten a couple things patched up. He's in the 11th position. Now to the left-hand side of Connor Cordes. Let's go on board with the 5. And we will up until it looks like he made some contact with Von Henschel in that 45. Have another look. Coming out of turn 4, that was Harry. .45 just comes up the racetrack right into the 5. He has to let out of it. Connor Cordes keeps it pushing in the right direction. Jake Prince 3 wide as he goes to the inside of Jordan Haynes in the 1. Prince with a great run, and now he's working on car 23 just inside the final 50. Prince tries to cut off Haynes. Haynes has none of it, and Jordan Haynes will side draft off Jacob Prince up the front. He's going to get a huge bump draft from car 64 into turn number 1. Jordan Haynes will shoot to the inside of Dakota Long. Haynes will go right up to car 23. There goes Prince, who's gotten into Long in the 2-3 out of turn number 2. Perrin Huggins just barely avoids the 2-3 car. Everybody avoids the 2-3 car. Caution number 3 comes out in this race. Dakota Long with a head full of steam. We've seen this before. We've seen it last year where Dakota Long has come up and intentionally wrecked drivers that he disagrees with. Let's see what the 23 chooses to do this time. No doubt he's going for that number 1 car. And watch this. Yup, there it is. Told you. I told you. I knew that was going to happen. I told you. And there's Dakota Long now putting the brakes on it. Let's have another look and see why Dakota Long is so pissed off. Number 1 car goes up the racetrack. Now, you see the 2-3 also comes down. Watch the seam on the racetrack. There goes the 9 to turn the 2-3. Cody McFadden got involved. Watch this again. Into turn number 1. The 1 will come up. The 23 will come down simultaneously. Yeah, they both go into that middle space right there. They make contact, and then the 9 goes and spins the 23. I can understand why Dakota Long is so upset, but the 23 came down. The 1 also went up. Have another look. Keep your eye on that 3rd seam from the bottom. 1, 2, 3 seams. Keep your eye on that seam right there on the racetrack. You're going to see both cars move into the same space. Well, the 2nd seam, I suppose. And one more look just for posterity here. Keep your eye. 2 seams up the racetrack. 23 and the 1 will both converge on the same space, come together. And then the 9 with nowhere to go will get into the 23. And Dakota Long will go for a spin. And here's Dakota Long passing absolutely everybody. And it looks like he's trying to intimidate the 1 car a little bit. Jordan Haynes will keep his cool and drive away. And Dakota Long will slow right back down. So Haynes is out front. Jacob Prince is in that 2nd position. Sean Anderson rolls in 3rd. 45 laps to go in this race. Lights are off atop the pace car. Let's see if we can bother Jacob Prince for a quick word. JP, Rick James up top. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
You're sitting in that second position right there after the 1 and the 23 moved into the same spot. Seem to have gotten into the 23, and some people might have their feelings hurt here with 45 laps to go. How do you expect this race to pan out?
Hopefully it's going to be cleaner than that. The one just got too aggressive there and wiped the code out. In my opinion, it's good to stay off of them. But it's been fun. The car's good, you know, just a drafting track, man. And not really my style of racing. I like off throttle time and stuff like that, but I'm doing the best I can, and got 44 to go here and another pit stop coming, so we'll see how it pans out. Try to be at the end up front.
44 to go this time by. Is that one car your toughest chance to win this race?
No, I don't really think so. I mean, I think everybody up here running in the top 4 or 5 is pretty good. I mean, it just comes down to who can get out front after the tires wear and the track position, and obviously the draft is key. So, I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it, but I think any one of us in the top 5 to 6 have a pretty good shot.
Best of luck, my man. Keep it on. Keep it straight. Pull the belts tight. Hopefully we talk to you at the end.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy.
Prince on the outside of Haynes. Haynes will restart this race with a couple eyes looking at him in a bad light. 44 laps to go when we take the green, and they still can't make it on gas. Green flag is out at Michigan. Prince in that second position. The 8 of Perrin Huggins gets to the inside. The red mist has descended, and Dakota Long is hard on the charge. Look at the 45 of Hefner rubbing doors with the 2 of Ryan Pisoko. Hefner in that 45 Von Henschel. Hefner's in the 48. That's Von Henschel in the 45. He shoots up into that top 10, now to the inside of Ryan Lindemann. And how about this gaggle of cars back here? Jared Stone in the double 6 sits ahead of Kyle Chafin in that double 4. Got to talk about the good folks over at Access Fishing, taking care of tonight's race facts and points as well. Access Fishing making custom soft plastic quality baits for the everyday angler at the everyday angler price. Stop wasting the money at the big fishing chains. Head on over to accessfishingal.com. Check them out on their social media at Access Fishing LLC. Get yourself those quality baits at that quality everyday angler price. Accessfishingal.com. We got a new fastest lap. Sean Anderson goes purple, 38.82 seconds. The number 13 sits behind that 8 car, trying to draft with Jacob Prince. Jordan Haynes on the outside, and you heard Prince say he thought the 1 got too aggressive with the 23 car, and now he may have no friends out there. Jake Prince to the lead, Perrin Huggins into second, Jordan Haynes in that 3rd position. How about the 1 car trying to stick with the 8, being pushed all the way down? Jordan Haynes waiting for nobody, really trying to get out front in a hurry. Jake Prince now left on the outside. Perrin Huggins to the lead. Ryan Von Henschel went quickest last time around, 38.68 seconds, and the cars are just getting quicker. 40 laps to go. Check those football scores. We haven't updated that in a hot minute. Holy crap. Eagles are up 20-3 on the Buccaneers. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 6-3 Rams over the Bengals with 4 minutes left in that half. Got to keep a closer eye on these games. They're going lopsided here for the Eagles, and it's a tight game for the Rams. 8-1-9, your top 3. 9-1-0-8, 4th and 5th. 3 wide behind them. Michael Bennett in the middle of that sandwich. He sits in 6th, up 9 places from where he started. Bennett has been having a breakout year this season. Those points brought to you by Access Fishing show what it means for Bennett right there. Sitting tied 3rd with Cody Johnson, the defending champion. Tied with the defending champion coming into the 3rd race of the season. Perrin Huggins with a 4-point lead over Jordan Haynes. Both of them have a victory this year. One for Huggins, one for Haynes, who's going to win round number 3. If you just tuned in, 3 cautions so far. Had a stage break at number 40 with Dakota Dahl going around having incident. Have a look at the 10 car here. Just losing control out of turn number 2. Nick Kaufman in the 14 has incident with the 48 of Colton Hefner. Most recently, Jordan Haynes. Keep your eye on the 1, keep your eye on the 23. Watch the second seam, that second dark line going up the racetrack. 23 floats down, 1 just floats up. They make contact, nowhere for the 9 car to go. Jordan Haynes in that second position. Cody Johnson goes green, 38.70. Eagles at the Bucks. Oh, wow, the Buccaneers backed up on their own 1-yard line. They're going to try and run it out of there. They're going to get nowhere, and it's going to be a Philadelphia safety. It will be 22-3. Philadelphia with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Looking at the Rams and Bengals, it's 6-3 in Cincinnati with a few minutes to go in that first half of play. Racing Rick's in the house. Rick, who you got, Cincinnati or Los Angeles? Playing in those color rush uniforms. Those look sweet. Rams in all blue, Bengals in all white. And it looks like they might be disputing an interception at the moment. Justin Shoup still in 3rd, kind of on an island as Jordan Haynes has left him 6/10 back. Is Haynes just letting Huggins get out to a great lead, or is Huggins really stretching the mark over Jordan Haynes? Mike Bennett in that number 19 car coming up behind Sean Anderson. Racing Rick says Bengals. He's got Cincinnati in that game. Rick, how about Eagles-Bucks? I know it looks like we know the outcome of that one, but did you have it 22-3 with so many minutes to go in the 3rd quarter? $19 behind that 13. Jake Prince in the 9. He's got the 0-8 of Cody Johnson to his left-hand side. Drag race to complete lap number 66. Defending champion Cody Johnson comfortably sitting in 4th. I say comfortably. Here comes Sean Anderson in the Ocean Gate machine trying to take over that 0-8. Jordan Haynes in the 1 behind Perrin Huggins in the 8. Dakota Long, who was spurned under that last caution, finds himself in the 15th position. One more time, a look at the incident between Haynes and Long. Second dark line up the racetrack. Keep your eye on the seam there, and we'll show you Dakota Long's reaction. And Long coming up, trying to bully the 1 car a little bit. And Dakota Long will flex what muscle he has behind that 1. Racing Rick talking about his boy in the 91, Justin Shoup. He says, race the track. And there he is. He's caught the draft of these 2 here. Jordan Haynes will get into the left-hand side of Perrin Huggins. He will occupy the port side of the Lucas Oil Chevrolet. Haynes to the front on lap 69, 31 to go next time by. Jordan Haynes with a nice move to the front. Perrin Huggins is in 2nd. Justin Shoup is in 3rd. Chevrolets all the way through the top 8. Ryan Von Henschel sitting in 9th and Dakota Dahl, the highest ranked Ford, in 10th. Got some cats making noise over here. The Cats of Cincinnati are looking to make noise. Down 3 to the Rams. Just over 3:30 to go. They're going to run it up the right-hand side. And they're going to barely get past the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and about 8 for Cincinnati. A few minutes to go in that first half. Jordan Haynes still leading Perrin Huggins by some inches. Justin Shoup on the outside and Cody Johnson just barely holding on to 4th. Here comes Sean Anderson racing him. Von Henschel in the 4-5, sitting in 9th. Dakota Dahl up 12 spots from where he started. Philadelphia with the ball up again. It's going to be 2nd down and some change for Philly. Just 2 minutes remaining in that third quarter. 22-3, Philadelphia over Tampa Bay. Still 6-3 Rams and Bengals trying to get down to that 2-minute warning. Ryan Pasoko on the left-hand side of Lucas Reed with Dakota Dahl in the middle. Dahl blocks that 3 car. What kind of run does Pasoko have? Jordan Haynes in that one still leads this race. 73 laps underway. Haynes, Huggins, Shoup, your top 3 right now. Bengals with the ball on Los Angeles 49, just off the right hash marks. Bit of a deep throw to the right-hand side and severely overthrown. It's going to be 3rd and 18 for Cincinnati with 2:33 to go in this first half. Cody McFadden on the left-hand side of Mike Bennett. That's for 9th. They almost make contact. And I say 9th. The 9 car of Jacob Prince sitting in 8th. Prince just falling off the track. He's coming in. He is coming in. Jacob Prince pitting under that last caution on lap 39. Here on lap 74, he's going to bring it on in. Justin Shoup now behind the top 3. Jordan Haynes out front. Shoup challenging for that 2nd spot. And green flag cycles once again on the racetrack. This is where Dakota Long shines. Attacking pit road to the fullest. Car 2-3 sits ahead of the 2-8 of Ryan Lindemann, using some useful bump drafting. The 48 of Colton Hefner sits in the 20th position, 1 lap off the pace. Jacob Prince, who came down into the pits, he's now back out onto the racetrack. The first car, 1 lap down. Drivers that have not pitted still with the advantage. Last time during green flag cycles, Jordan Haynes came in. Everybody followed suit. "25 laps to go in the Irish Hills. If you've just tuned in, it's been an eventful race. Haynes in the 1. He sped last time, coming down into the pits as well. We'll see if he keeps it clean and green, because this time a caution may not come out to save him. Haynes will stay out on the racetrack. Huggins, Shoup, 2nd and 3rd. Defending champion Cody Johnson in the 4th position. Dakota Dahl is in. Kyle Chafin in the Access Fishing car is in. Pasoko, Stone, they decide they're going to come down into the pits. Pete Yetman coming out of turn number 2. He's going to overtake Dakota Dahl. Yetman into 19th. Dahl rounding out the top 20 in the Dahl Mechanical and Refrigeration Ford. The 24 car on the outside. James Staples staying out. And look at the mass exodus. Huggins is in. Anderson is in. McFadden, Hefner. Looks like the 3 of Luke Reed also comes in. And Jordan Haynes stays out with the race lead. 23 laps to go for car number 1. Does he come in this time by? Does he follow that chorus into the pits? He will indeed. Race leader is in. Justin Shoup to the top. Double deuce on the board. 22 laps to go. Defending champion Cody Johnson in the 2nd position. And 2 more race leaders decide they're going to come in. Justin Shoup, tires, fuel. He's going to try to go to the end, as will everybody else. Perrin Huggins getting his lap back with Jake Prince behind him. The number 1 of Jordan Haynes now re-entering the racing surface, but where will he come out? Here's Huggins. Look at the difference there. Huggins and Prince side by side, and Jordan Haynes well ahead of them. Dakota Long, with the expert advantage on pit road, will re-enter in 12th. Look at him, almost 3 wide, getting right ahead of the 10 car of Dakota Dahl out of turn number 4. Long, who's in that 13th position, trying to block Dahl in the 10. Dahl with a great run out of 4, but not great enough to overtake the 23. And there is your pit stop strategy and your pit stop time. Looking at the number 1 of Jordan Haynes, he re-enters in 3rd. He will re-inherit the race lead. Staples yet to come down into the pits. Cordes also not into the pits. Nick Kaufman saying there was another wreck at the back of the field before the Dakota Long caution. Perrin Huggins running in that 4th position. Prince running in 5th with defending champion Cody Johnson in the 8th position. Car 08 up 4 places from where he started. Dakota Dahl still the race's hardest charger, and Perrin Huggins just went green. 38.79. Huggins puts in his personal best lap of the race. Side by side, Johnson and Prince once again. James Staples still at the front. Nick Kaufman, unfortunately, telling us he had to retire the car. Shame, Nicky. Hopefully we do see you next week. Staples sitting out front in that 2-4. He last pitted on lap 46. Now on lap 83. James looking to make it 40-some laps, and it's an incredible gamble. We'll see if it works out for him. Sean Anderson, 38.62. He just went purple. Fastest lap today. What's the line? It's a bold gamble, Cotton. We'll see if it works out for him. And James Staples still being scored in the lead with 16 laps remaining. Connor Cordes behind him. He pitted on lap 54. We'll see what Anderson puts up this time around. 38.62 was the time last time across the stripe. .38.73. At the front, Cordes about 14 seconds ahead of Jordan Haynes. But again, Cordes and Staples must pit. Well, I don't think that James Staples can go 65 laps all the way to the end of this one. JL Staples, welcome to Rick James TV. Cheering on James in that 2-4. He's up behind the 5-4 of Billy Davison. Those of you interested in the Eagles game, it's 25-3 now. Caution is out once again. Let's see who went around, but the caution is out on the racetrack. Not exactly sure who had a spin. Looks like none of the leaders here. 15 laps to go and the yellow comes out again. This is exactly what Staples and Cordes needed. They were on that back foot and the gamble pays off. For Staples, it pays off for Cordes as well. See who went off the racetrack here. Not Von Henschel. Yetman, Bennett, everyone's all right. Couldn't tell you why the caution came out. Genuinely could not tell you here. I'm trying to find anybody that spun out on the racetrack. I can find absolutely nobody. See if we can go out once more. Bring out that yellow flag moment. I can't see a single soul that's spun out of pit road or anything. Looks like we got, there it is, right at the start-finish line here. We got some sort of activity. Yeah, one car has definitely lost their cookies up here. Is it Shoup, McFadden, Huggins? I could not tell you who has lost their lunch on the front straight. It's the weirdest thing. Oh, it's the 9 of Jake Prince. Took long enough to find him, but what happened to Prince? Did he just have an incredible blink here? I can't find Jake Prince at all. How long did he blink? This is several laps before the caution here. At least one. Well, I think it's several laps. I mean, he could go around this time by. And at some point here, Jacob Prince is going to have a massive blink. And he's going to spin down the front straight. Three wide with Mike Bennett. That's the 13 to his inside. There's the blink from Prince. And in about half a lap's time, you're going to see Jacob Prince just skidding down the front straight. So it looks like a terrible internet connection. And there's Prince spinning down the front straight and the caution coming out. So what? Fourth caution of the day. Jordan Haynes out front, last pitting on lap 78. Who's going to come in? Who's going to stay out? We're going to restart with about 10 laps to go in this race. 10 to 9 laps to go in this race. Well, no, never mind. The laps are out. The lights are out on top of the pace car, so we're going to restart with 11 laps to go. Maybe it's because I spent 7 minutes trying to find out who crashed when. In any case, we're about to get going here. .22 miles remain in ENEA Race 3. Haynes on the inside, Huggins on the outside, defending champion Cody Johnson in that third position, Sean Anderson running in fourth. Looking at the Rams and the Bengals, it's 6-6 at the end of the first half. Buccaneers have the ball down 22 points. Green flag is out, and it's 11 laps to go. Huggins sitting in third. James Staples, who was leading and avoided going a lap down, is in 16th. At the moment, he pitted on lap 87 along with Jake Prince, and they have some of the most fresh tires out on track, as does Dakota Long, who's driving like a man possessed, trying to get into that top 10. 3 wide down the front straight, and it's 10 laps to go. Jordan Haynes is shot out of a cannon. He is 0.4 of a second ahead of this field. Perrin Huggins, Cody Johnson almost side by side in there, 2x2, 3 rows deep out the second corner. Caution is out, and it looks like it's Jake Prince once again, and it is Jake Prince. Once again, the number 9 car spins and goes for a heavy slide. Have a look. Ryan Von Henschel just getting into the 45. And Prince doing a fantastic job of saving that one. Have another look. Sensational job of saving that race car, actually. Nine car, 3 wide out of turn number 3. Let's see if we can get a closer look at what happened to Von Henschel. Oh, looks like, I don't know if Prince tried to get to the inside, but Von Henschel certainly on the pitching end of whatever the 9 car is catching. And keep your eyes on that blue and white Valvoline number 9. Keep your eye on the white 45 Monster Camry. And another look. And once more, keep your eye on the seam nearest the wall. You see those dark lines? Those are the seams. Keep your eye, if you can, with the fence in the way, just on that seam. The 45 just comes up the racetrack on the 9. You saw the 9 go down on the 45. The 45 came up onto the 9. And it's your call to make. But caution number 4 will come out on the racetrack here. It's going to be 6 laps to go when we restart this race, fans. Don't go anywhere. Get everybody in here. We're going to update these NFL scores. We're going to have 12 more miles to decide this race in the Irish Hills. You got 2 minutes. Get a snack. Get a drink. You can't miss this. We'll see you in 2. Will we go green to the end of the race? Will we have more yellow flags? The number 1 of Jordan Haynes looking to beat Perrin Huggins to the win. Green flag is out. 6 laps to go. What a jump by the 1 car. We're racing again. Crashed immediately out of turn number 2. Ryan Pasoko's been involved. 1 car's flipped over. It looks like it's the double 6 of Jared Stone, and they couldn't even make it half a lap. So it will be 4 laps to go. Well, no, actually, it may be 3 laps to go, or possibly 2, but we're still within regulation laps here. We're only at lap 95 of the scheduled 100, and again, they did not make it half a lap. Have a look. 5 and the 2 getting loose simultaneously. The 2 coming right onto the racetrack. The 66 being slammed into the wall. And now the 66 car will flip end over end. And there goes the 2 car passing him. And another look. The 28's also involved. 2 car with a hit. The 10 of Dahl gets a piece of that one. From the green flag now, here's another look. Keep your eye. You see the 23 of Dakota Long just stacking everyone back, trying to jump the restart. And it looks like he's actually going to pass the 5 of Connor Cordes to the line right on that restart. The 2 of Ryan Pasoko. Looks like he gets tagged by the 23 car. That's going to send Pasoko up the hill. Dahl's loose, the 2's loose, the 5's loose. There's the 66, the 28, 45 is involved. And that's all how that cookie in particular crumbles. So Jordan Haynes still leading. And it looks like it will be 2 laps to go when we restart this race. Shout out rookie Pete Yetman. Still running. It looks like he's going to get the lucky dog as well. That 21 car in his ENEA debut. That car looks like it's in one solid piece to me. I was actually talking to Pete before this race, and I told him, Pete, and right before the very beginning of this race, Pete coming in for his first time, I was lucky enough to have a conversation with him, and I was talking to Pete, and I said, Pete, just stay at the back. If this is I think this is Pete's first week in iRacing, and I genuinely just told him, stay at the back for the first 80 laps. It's in those last 20 laps that you can make a move. But if you stay at the back for the first 80, learn what the car is going to feel like, make your move at the last 20. We'll see what happens. So Pete's going to have approximately 2 laps to go when we restart this event. Jordan Haynes will have control of the field once again. He's gotten a couple of really good jumps on the last couple restarts. Cody Johnson on the inside. Have a listen, is the 08 saving gas? Oh, yeah. Nice and quiet. 2,800 revs compared to Perrin Huggins, who's running at 5,300 revs. Cody Johnson in 5th gear on major conservation mode. He has not pitted since lap 79. Cody possibly preparing for a green-white checkered finish. The lights are out atop the pace car. Jordan Haynes will choose the inside line once again. Perrin Huggins will choose the outside line. Dakota Long still has revenge on his mind against that number 1 car. Let's show you why. Keep your eye. Second dark line up the racetrack. Both the 1 and the 23 will close in on the same space. Dakota Long's reaction. And now the 23 car will start in the 8th position. Jordan Haynes actually chooses the outside line. I was wrong. Jordan Haynes on the outside, Perrin Huggins on the inside. 4 miles remain, 2 laps to go. This will be a green-white checkered attempt, but it will not count as one of the 3 extra green-white checkered attempts we get in this race. James Staples with his fan club in that Twitch chat, running in the top 13 positions. Haynes with control. Huggins on the inside. This is the first time Haynes picks the outside line to restart tonight. Will this bite him? Green flag is out. We're racing again. Haynes with the jump. Not as good of a jump this time. Huggins has the advantage coming up the inside. Haynes will not block. Will they make it at least 2 corners this time? Huggins loose out of the backstretch. 1 car already to the inside. It's Pasoko. He's lost control, but he's going to keep it moving in the right direction. And there goes Cordes. He gets turned around, and they won't even make it an entire lap. Dahl is also involved. Caution number 7 in tonight's race. And this is now getting borderline farcical at this point, but Connor Cordes involved. And it's one caution after another. And let's see what happened this time. Von Henschel in the 45 gets into Cordes the same way that he got into the 9. Have a look at Von Henschel getting into Prince. And one more time, keep your eye on that white Toyota. And now keep your eye on Connor Cordes. The white Toyota again. From the sky now. Keep your eye on the white 45 machine. And again. On board now with the 45. So the caution will come out again. Jordan Haynes will retain the race lead, but this time it will be Cody Johnson in the second position. Perrin Huggins backed up all the way to 6th. Dakota Long up to 4th. Is Jordan Haynes on extreme fuel saving as well? Shotgun in the chat saying the 45's out here cleaning house. Who else is going to end up off of Von Henschel's front bumper? 4 miles will remain in this race. Shoup in the 91, restarting 3rd. Let's have a word with the pride of Bealton, Virginia. Justin Shoup, Rick James up top. You got me?
Yes, sir.
You're sitting in 3rd right now. You got a chance to put that car into 1st?
Yeah, I think so. This 23 behind me here is on fresher tires. I don't know if either of the 3 of us have anything. I'm really hoping he gets aggressive, gets up there, gives Haynes a run for his money, and they wreck, and I can walk away with it. We'll see what happens, though.
First green, white checkered. Are you good on fuel? We see the 08 and we see the 1 car. Definitely not good on fuel.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm well good even to do a burnout if we put this thing in victory lane.
We'll see what happens. Going green next time by, Justin. Best of luck, buddy. Pull the belts tight.
Thank you, buddy.
It will be this man, Jordan Haynes, with the race lead, with control of the field once again. Perrin Huggins, excellent at matching the 1 car's pace. The 23 car, Dakota Long, still with revenge on his mind. Diesel Dog in the chat says the 45 needs to be parked. And a couple of guys out there thinking that the 45 of Von Henschel just a bit too aggressive out there. And before we go green, one more look at the 45. This is Jacob Prince on lap 91. And Connor Cordes most recently. Nope, this is not the yellow flag I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. There's Connor Cordes going around at the hands of the 45. Coming off of turn number 4, green-white checkered attempt number 1 of 3. If they make it to the white flag, it's an official race. Just over 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter of the Eagles-Bucks game. Buccaneers finally scored a touchdown. It's 25-11 Philadelphia. Still 6-6 in Cincinnati. Rams and Bengals deadlocked. 13 minutes to go in the 3rd. Green flag will come out for 4 more miles. It's overtime in ENEA. We're racing again at Michigan. Look at the 9 of Prince with a jump. 3 wide in turn number 2. Will they come out alive? Dakota Long now in the middle, racing against Justin Shoup down the back straight. They get into the wall, and they will not make it 2 laps again. Another crash, and another crash again. Jordan Haynes will have control of the field once again. Perrin Huggins will be in 2nd, and for the, I believe, 3rd straight restart, we have another yellow flag. Let's see what happened this time. The 91 and the 23 are involved. '91 comes up the racetrack. 23 trying to go down the racetrack. 08 gets involved. McFadden's involved. Prince, Reed. How about the 28? Just avoiding that crash. Have another look. Take a look at that 2-8 car, Lindemann. Staples makes it through. Lindemann just barely makes it through. Reed gets collected at the end. On board now with the 28 of Lindemann. How about that? That's smooth hands. One more look at the 2.8. Those smooth moves right there are going to earn Ryan Lindemann his very own Cole Trickle move of the race.
Ice cream.
Lindemann coming into the pits probably for some last-minute fuel and tires. One more look at that caution. Just avoiding all of that. And another look at what actually brought out the caution. Keep your eyes on the 91 of Shoop and the 23 of Dakota Long. Jordan Haynes at the front of this race after the 4th caution in 16 minutes. These two inside outside. You saw what happened, and one more look. After last season, I've got the strangest feeling that this one is not going to end peacefully. Have another look here at Jordan Haynes and Dakota Long. This is on lap 55. Keep your eye on that second dark line up the racetrack. You make the call from here. '23 not too happy about that move. And now they're going to restart side by side. ENEA shotgun saying this could get rough. 4 miles to go. It will be the second green-white checkered attempt. Green flag is out. 2 laps to go at Michigan. Haynes leading. Sean Anderson gets into second. Dakota Long shuffled back to the 6th position. Anderson now coming up behind that one car. There goes Long. Has he lost it again down the back straight? And they are crashing again. The caution will come out again. And they do not make it. Another half lap. This will be 9 cautions tonight. And I believe this may be our final green-white checkered attempt. ENEA shotgun saying over-under if we complete a full lap. Creed in the chat saying, how the heck did they make it this far? Creed, if I knew, I don't think we'd be here. 3 cautions in the first 46 laps, and the remaining 6 cautions after the halfway mark. 5 of those 9 cautions tonight have come in the last 22 minutes. In one word, let's make a game out of this. In the chat, in one word, describe that for me. 5 cautions in the last 22 minutes. Put that in the chat. Tell me what you think. Let's go back and go back to the green flag here while you put your answers in the chat and have a look and see what happened here. Let's see what happened to the 23 of Dakota Long, because he got shuffled to the back in a big way. Look at that. It looks like he spun the tires on the start. And let's see what happens here, because we know the 23 got involved in this accident. Gets loose off of turn number 2. Really just gives it a really hard jerk out of the second corner, and he keeps on going up the racetrack. Let's have another look. Not sure if he got moved by Perrin Huggins or what, but have a listen. And right in the center of the racetrack. Nowhere for Staples to go. One more time here. Have a look. Keep your eye on the 2-3. And one more look. See if he spun the tires or if there was contact. Might have been just enough contact to upset that 2-3 car. You saw him wiggle. Nowhere for the 44 to go. Nowhere for the 24 to go. And a big wreck at the end of this race. Dakota Long, who has not lost the car at all in this race, right on board one more time. Long's going to lose the car so easily out of that second corner. Have a listen. Wiggles the race car and puts it right in the center of the racetrack. Loses the car without contact for the first time today, but we're going to go racing again. Another green-white checkered attempt. Here goes Long, shooting to the outside from the back. Jordan Haynes doesn't get the best jump around this time. Will they make it half a lap this time? And they do not make it half a lap. They crash again down the back straight. And the 10th caution in this race comes out. They again crash out of turn number 2. Rookie Pete Yetman is involved in this one. JL Staples in the chat saying this is the race that will never end. 6 cautions in the last 27 minutes. Now that right there was actually the last lap. That was our final green-white checkered attempt. That caution right there is going to mean Jordan Haynes will come away with his second consecutive victory, winning last week at Nashville, winning this week in the Irish Hills of Michigan. He will most certainly come away with the points lead tonight, leading the most laps. Under caution, Jordan Haynes wins round 3 at Michigan. Let's see the caution that sealed the victory for the 1 car. Pasoko, the 2-3 of Long. And from the green flag, let's have a look. Connor Cordes spinning the tires on that last lap. The 2 of Pasoko involved in this one. Bennett trying to get around Yetman in the 2-1 car. Oh, the 2-1 of Yetman gets loose right on top of Pasoko, right ahead of that 2-3. And that's where it all goes lopsided, but not for Jordan Haynes, who wins at Michigan International, doing some well-deserved donuts. Can barely hear that thing, but Haynes will burn the house down in celebration. Fans at home, don't go anywhere. We're going to have Jordan Haynes, Perrin Huggins, and Sean Anderson in the podium when we return to a caution-filled Michigan. On the podium now with our top 3, starting with the driver of that number 13 Chevrolet, Sean Anderson. You come away with the bronze medal tonight in the Irish Hills.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Car definitely a lot of speed tonight. Was hoping to make it a couple positions higher, but the chaos at the end was kind of fun, but kind of wish we would have went green there. So I'm still happy I came away with a P3 finish. That's still pretty good in the points.
You're going to head into that 4th round, 3rd in the points. You break the deadlock. Cody Johnson in 4th, Perrin Huggins in that 2nd position. Congratulations on 3rd.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Tonight's silver medalist in that number 8 Lucas Oil Chevrolet, Perrin Huggins. Fantastic drive tonight. You had a great car.
Yeah, man. I wish it would have went green, but that's part of pack racing. So we'll take another second and just move on. It is what it is.
We'll see you next week at Bristol. Congratulations on that silver medal.
Yep, thank you, Rick.
Ladies and gentlemen, our race winner brought to you by Access Fishing, LLC. You can check them on their social medias at Access Fishing LLC, your number one stop for all the fishing gear you need. They make custom soft plastic quality baits for the everyday angler at the everyday angler price. Check them out at accessfishingal.com. You can now find their products in stores across southeastern Alabama and the southeast region as a whole. Accessfishingal.com, or check them out on their social media at accessfishingllc. Jordan Haynes, 2 consecutive wins. Nashville last week, Michigan tonight. And now next week, we go to the half-mile bull ring at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Are you going to get the first hat trick this season?
I don't know, man. First, I just want to talk about tonight. Yeah, just I don't really know if I should apologize for the way I was racing tonight. I mean, I was being aggressive and people were leaving lanes, and I was driving in there and holding my line. But I mean, there was a lot of aggressive racing tonight. I love that. I expect that from people, but I guess some people don't like that. Not gonna name any names. But outside of that, no, it was a fun race when we was able to go green. I know for a minute there, me and Perrin was going at it, and man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I put a pass on him, and I don't know how I didn't wreck, but and I'm pretty sure he was saying the same thing, like I don't know how he didn't wreck, but I mean that's just kind of the race it was. It was really hard to pass if you didn't have any help, and you really had to get really aggressive on entry and try to hook the seam and try not to wreck on exit doing that. But I mean, outside of that, when it was green, it was fun. When we started wrecking at the end, it just kind of messed up, kind of messed up the whole thing because I really wanted to be able to battle with Perrin and Sean and them. So, but all in all, I mean, another successful night and another good race. You know, for the ones that don't look at me as someone to watch out for this year, well, you need to guess you need to open your eyes and see something. But yeah, hopefully we can make it 3 straight at Bristol. I got to get a little revenge. I know me and Perrin was racing there hard last time we was there, and we kind of we kind of had a racing deal happen. And so hopefully this time me and him can do it without and not have any racing incidents, and see if we can't come across this stripe beating and banging. So
Unofficially, you're going to head to the Bristol Motor Speedway with a 1-point advantage. You sit top of the tree, headed into the world's fastest half mile. Jordan, congratulations on your 2nd straight win. We'll see you in a week.
appreciate it.
Fans at home, that's going to do it for all the activity here tonight at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Jordan Haynes coming away with the win. Don't forget, next week, I'm sorry, not even next week, right here, Thursday on Rick James TV, we're going to have not next gen. It's time to go home. We're going to have Gen 4 cars. We're going to have the Gen 4 cars at the Bristol Motor Speedway this Thursday night right here, Rick James TV, 8:40 p.m. Do not miss it. Gen 4 cars, all that horsepower, and so much slipping and sliding on that concrete. So be sure to check us out Thursday night here, 8:40 on Rick James TV. And until that next race, everybody, please stay safe. Do take care of each other, and we will see you all around the course.